Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wrath of the Gods. We are now in round 3, which is round of 16 here in the first qualifier. This is now a $15,000 tournament sponsored by Microsoft and several community members, myself included, as well as Boyd and Iron Maiden. Yodesla is helping with the casting also, and we've got Wolf Studios on production, so fantastic collaboration, I think, between all the OGs. Now, this first qualifier has a $1,000 prize pool, and the players are fighting for points and a little bit of money rewards, of course, to qualify for the main event, which will be for the top 16 only. In the blue color, we have got Kimo here on Elysium, playing as Hades. And on the other side, this is, in the red color, Kvoth, playing as the Red Ra. In the red color. I've said it 3 times now. Alright, this is a really top-end matchup when it comes to the players. Both of these guys have been at the very top of the leaderboard. At least when it comes to ranked. Neither of them has won a tournament so far, though. Not even a qualifier. But today there is no Demista. There is no magic as far as I'm aware as well. They just didn't have time to play. But hopefully they will in the future to qualifiers. There's only 3 of them, so we hope to see them in the future. Oh, Kimo is doing the build. He's getting the early favor, and he's gonna be clicking up for this thing over here. Vaults of Erebus. I wish the tooltip worked in the spectator mode, but anyways, what it does is it gives you just gold for free over time. And you know, the earlier you get it, the faster it will pay off, right? That's the theory, but it is expensive. This is a very expensive build order, although it can be quite nice as well. Especially if the Ra is a little bit more passive. If not, if the Ra is a little bit more active and actually bullying this forward gold mine with slingers, with Vadgets. Now that's scary, and for such a scenario, I think what Kimo is doing actually makes sense, because he'll be pushed off the gold mine most likely. Unless he has some really crazy ideas about how to hold this. Maybe a good wall could slow things down. But anyways, as long as you're pushed off a gold mine, you can stay alive with this thing. Kvoth, however, is going for a super fast advance. My goodness. This is gonna be 4 minutes. And then it looks to me like with 3 wood choppers, there's definitely slingers on the table. Athena is gonna be as well around, and supposedly there will be the 2 heroes after that for our Greek player. It's a very heavy transition to wood and gold, but there's still plenty of hunters. So I would say Kimo doesn't necessarily have to go 2TC here. Now consider that with 2TC, you didn't really cover the gold mines in a secure way, so you can be gold star very easily still. I wouldn't go for it here right now. Let's see first what Kvoth does and reacts, right? I think that should be the idea. It's gonna be a barracks built by 3 villagers, and of course the monument empowering aura will be affecting that, so that it gets built really quickly. Spearman is coming out already. There's enough favor saved up for additional Vadgets, should that be Kimo's Kvoth's wish to go for. It's certainly not Kimo's wish. One thing we can quickly look at, okay, it's gonna be the town center after all. I'm not confident about this. So Kvoth has seen it. Sure, he doesn't have the units to stop it right now, but he's going to. And you can see it. The obelisk is right here. You can also take your pharaoh, and I think it could be quite devastating what's about to go down there. Oh man, it's gonna happen. Oh god. The pharaoh didn't come. Villager's dead. The second villager's being targeted already. The poison effect will finish that one off. The third one is getting severely damaged as well, but ultimately Kimo does back off, and he could be going for the other town center, but there's also vision there, and you know, Kvoth can just send out the newly produced units immediately. Or he can just stick around here, destroy this town center, and damage the overall resource bank of Kimo significantly. The majority of the resources here has been actually lost. So he can no longer slap down another town center immediately, whereas Kvoth is just like, yeah, I'm gonna build one myself. Peace. So this is kind of crazy right now. Appreciate all the compliments in the live chat, by the way, about the map and shows. That's Wolf Studios' work. Hence the shoutouts for them as well. Okay, we've got the Ankh of Ra for relics. That's a free favor trickle over time. We've got the Bow of Artemis. That's the ballista and ranged units cost reduction. Then we've got the other two actually have been picked up, haven't they? I can't see them. No, there's here something. On the priest. It's Ptah's Scepter for cheaper farms. We've been here. Who has the last one? It's only free. Anyway, the second TC was done. Ah, Ajax is holding it. Qualifier Sledge, which makes fortresses favor free. We'll need the core resources then to build those, and basically it lets you make more Myth units and God powers while still getting the fortifications up. It's great. Forward gold mine getting secured by a Ra player. Hell, you can secure both gold mines here. It's very cheap actually to get the two walls up in these locations. I like it. Don't need to spam too many gadgets in this game. You've already got the better economy. You've got your villager kills. You've got an army that can defend as well against any potential aggression. Kimo going for the double military academy is something I did not expect. So sure, you don't want to go like Tuxodes here for the fear of slingers, but hoplites as Hades? I don't know, man. They're slow. They are 4.3 speed, whereas the Zeus ones are 4.7 speed. That's kind of what you'd be wishing for, that you were Hades, that you were not Hades here. And don't get me wrong, normal hoplites are still good, but you want the Zeus ones, really. Right, Kvoth's getting his armory. He's building it fast because he needs to go to the next stage. Ain't nobody got time for that. Spearman will be getting away, which does mean that the priests get to heal that up. Should be no problem at all. And Kvoth is in fact considering this whole business with the wooden walls, so everything's Gucci there. Aphrodite's coming in for Kimo in a million years. This is pre-queued. Oh, wait, no, he's paid for it. He's paid for it. It's fine. But what? How does he have so many villagers? That's crazy, man. Despite the losses, despite this lower TC. Alright. And we're gonna see Sobek here from our Egyptian player. I wanted to see that new Citadel in action, but I think nobody's practiced it yet. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's even OP, but probably too little time to fully map that out. Maybe the constant recasting of the Locust Swarm is just better. Oh, we're gonna see a rock. It's gonna be used as a Pegasus. It's very sad. But it is what it is. Alright, we've got the Migdol Stronghold getting built. There's nothing coming out of the barracks right now. For Kvoth, this pressure is not going to be too scary. Especially if the wedges are kept alive behind the fortress and the walls. Yeah, should be no problem at all. Aphrodite does give curse here, so that should help quite a bit with pushing through this location later, but Kimo will need a much larger army than that. Oh. I didn't see what the army was, but it must have been spearmen, because the Midgard just came up, right? So no time to make units just yet. Either way, we are gonna see the camels. This is empowered as well by a priest, so they're being built fast, trained faster. And what Kimo really lacks right now is walling, actually. So I think it's essential to get the walling done here. And potentially here to lock off the base. This frontal gold mine is gonna last him a really long time, so things should be fine for now. Getting a third town center on this map, Elysium, is gonna be rather difficult as well, as they are just so far away from the home base. So raids are definitely the prominent strat. And by that I mean go Son of Osiris, of course. Not gonna be very heavy on raiding at all. It's death balls. Heavy infantry getting finished up. Those hoplites are gonna be a lot more potent momentarily. And we also got Sarissa coming in. It's a good locust, but guess what counters it? Only one villager went down. This is very acceptable damage. And the stunned and slowed camels are getting picked up by the town center by the looks of it. And they're gone. All three are dead. It's a second rain, by the way. Massive farm economy here for Kvoth. It's a bit of a mess, but it's fine because the Pharaoh empowers all. It's fine. It doesn't matter anymore if it's a mess. As long as it's around drop-offs, it's cool. Kvoth sure has a lot of food, doesn't he? You might want to start like triple spamming caravans. 2,000 in the bag. Just saying. You have the pop. You might as well. It's 3 buildings. The units are gonna come as cheap as well. So just do it. Maybe third monument wouldn't hurt. You know, work towards the second Son of Osiris or something. Now, actually, a good combo is the Son of Osiris with mummies. So you get multiple mummies to curse as many of the enemy units as you can. Then the Son of Osiris himself is kind of the damage dealer that kills them. And any cursed and killed unit turns into a minion. And then you have an army of minions. We have ancestors at home, despite not having the minor god for it. That's a lot of camels. Kimo better run. Yeah. He's getting a third TC, which I like as a move here. Man needs a mythic age. Is he gonna go Artemis, I wonder? All the camels are gonna enter the economy here. I do wonder where they're gonna go. The wood range is a pretty good idea. Unfortunately, they're getting stuck in the traffic jam. Champion Cav has just hit. Aegis Shield is coming in for the Greeks. 40. Bronze armor and a million villager kills. The entire woodline just got massacred. What was Kimo looking at this whole time? There was nothing else to do. Oh, there's a second raid. Right. What was I looking at is the real question. Bunch of villagers might go down here, but I think the line is distracting enough that it's not going to be the case. Kitchen knives persevere, as always. Camels will have to leave, but they got a lot of work done. This is fine. 76 villager advantage versus 60, favoring Kvoth right now. And the third town center is done. I'm just crying about the lack of a triple market. That's what I want to see. That's what I have to see. Okay, maybe a locust can... If there was a third monument earlier, then yes, a locust could have been squeezed in, but maybe not so much now. Son of Osiris is peppering this army. The wall has been destroyed. The hoplites are attacking the camels up front, but the mummy is now about to curse them, and these guys are rather weak, so the army of minions will rise. Villagers once again getting annihilated. Kimo has no food income. He's got 4 food and 3 villagers on food. What happened? Where are the farms, Kimo? There are no farms. Kvoth absolutely demolishes Kimo. That wasn't even close. Holy crap. And he had another rain to follow that up. Like, the only thing I have to say for Kvoth is the markets. Like, you're gonna have a lot of food with this. Gotta use the food. For Kimo, I'm not even sure where to begin. Like, that was devastating. You sure want to, you know, get a town center up, but Kvoth is smart. He knows that. He's gonna put his obelisk by the town center slots, settlements, and he's gonna shifting sands on top of your villagers. So you need your both heroes there and your myth unit, and potentially use restoration to beat that. That's the only way you're gonna get a TC, in my view. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Midgard. In the blue color, we have got Kimo looking to make a comeback happen in this. He's down 1-0. Now he's gonna use Zeus. On the other side, Kvoth has the bro. It's Bro Sidon. Facing Kimo off in the red color here. I do think that Poseidon can be advantaged here, but, and that's a big but, the bolt is devastating in the early game. So when you have an exposed gold mine and you can start bullying that, it's very difficult to hold on to dear life. So you might want to consider something like a Minotaur plus hero attack on this, and then you just pump your units into it. You might even want to consider building very forward with your production and just getting Hippicons or something like that, making it very difficult for the other guy to actually react. Because Bolt can take out one of your stronger hero, right? Atalanta in this case. And then the Zeus player just comes up with all the same stuff that you would have, but they have an extra hero and their Mythians are going to town because you don't have your hero. I think that's very, very powerful. But Kvoth is a creative boy. He can fend for himself. He can make a lot of docks and potentially get to the heroic age early on. We'll see. But I think that could be a surprising, shocking play available to Kimo. It's going very heavy, however, on the wood economy with 8 villagers, so this is very macro-oriented play. You should be expecting 3 or 4 docks before the click up to classical age, which is a rather significant number, as you might imagine. Walling this in with houses and temple would safeguard the gold mine, however, against this oppressive play that I mentioned. And that's exactly what Kvoth is going to do. He knows that he needs that. Still a lot of wood people. That's gonna be fishing ship galore. Oh no, what happened? Kvoth! No! They didn't drop off their resources. Oh, but okay. It looked bad, but that's where the fish are. It's fine, it's fine. Cancel the alarm. Everything's okay. I thought this fishing ships got stuck, but nope. We're okay. Hermes coming in from Kvoth. It's much earlier than Kimo's. And Kimo is gonna be running with Athena here. But yeah, forget about the aggressive plays. It's just not gonna happen. fact, it might go the other direction. Bolt is still really annoying on that H2 hero. The H2 hero is expensive. So that hurts quite a bit when that happens. PC is gonna look out for relics, I suppose. We haven't looked at those yet. We've got the Head of Orpheus for building Line of Sight. We've got Harmonious Necklace for gold gather rates. We've got the Tower of Cestus for bonus damage against Mythians for towers. And there's one more here. The Adamantine Shingles for crazy house hit points. Freaking doubles them. It's kinda nuts. Well, that was the shortest lived centaur ever. Shoots one volley, tickles the villagers a bit, dead. Very sad. But I mean, what are you gonna do? You can't heavily commit into centaurs on this map. Question in the chat, can you see the replays posted somewhere? You will. We will hand out the replays after the fact. I'm pretty sure it's in our Discord. You can already find them individually. It should be open to all. But if not, then we'll fix the permissions. And we'll release them, of course, after the fact. And Atalanta going nuts with the villagers. Oh my god, why not bolt Atalanta? Kimo! This thing is expensive. It's 200. Oh my god. It's 250 resources. You don't want to bolt the 150 resources unit. If you count favor as 10 resources, by the way, it's more like 270 resources, but who's counting? Not Kimo. He's kind of getting bullied here. Falling behind in the villager count, by the way. And potentially will not even be getting a faster H3 timing. With Kvoth also having a substantial fishing economy, by the way. The veils are outside of the map, I guess. Flat Earth theory. They're not falling off. Gravity is fake too. Aphrodite coming in earlier for Kvoth. That's exactly what he was hoping for. And Zeus doesn't have that, so Zeus is probably gonna go for Dionysus. Yeah, I'm pretty good at these guesses, aren't I? It's Dionysus because you're gonna want that Hydra on land, you're gonna want your bronze on your units for the big fights, because, well, you're gonna get cursed, so you need something to bring that back. With an Underworld Passage is nice for positional play, but here all the gold mines are out there anyways, so you can't get a big jump on the enemy economy or anything like that. Better just get the dino. And bronze is kind of easier to reuse if you ever stockpile favor later in the game. Underworld's expensive to recast. Kimo's looking for something, but he's not finding the something. Gold mine's about to be devoured, but I think there's another minute or minute and a half left in this. Extra Scylla's getting made. It's gonna farm the ships a bit. 2 Scylla, better than 1. You go, girl. Is Kimo gonna make? Oh yeah, Kimo's making them too. But his first scene didn't get researched, so these fishing ships are gonna keep gathering slowly. Kvoth already has it. Uh-oh. It's a pretty substantial technology, so you're gonna want that as soon as possible. And in fact, Kimo might be looking at a situation here where he gets cursed. But I think the hoplites are so low that it's better to just pick them off at this point. A villager kill. Very good raid by Kimo there. The 2 heroes will be keeping the hoplite safe against light units like the Hippospis for now. But once they get out of control in numbers, then that turns around very quickly. I think Kvoth just needs to return and clean this up. Because the heroes are just too tanky. They'll do this all day. Alright, here we go. Let's go, Nessie. Eat that all up. Oh boy. So many heads. Gonna do a lot of damage here to the dock. I don't think the dock can hold whatsoever. Look at that, just evaporating. Oh my goodness. And Kimo just doesn't have enough himself. Like, he's getting blasted by this other Scylla. It's pretty ugly. Oh boy. Every time this one gets bitten, it also slows down and the other one can chase better. There it is. We got the big fight. Bronze versus Curse as predicted. But guess what? There's also the Nemean Lion. In the meantime, the other units can do quite a bit of pickups, but Restoration comes into play also. Forcing Kvoth away, at least for now. And I think he should just honestly run, maybe even consider a ceasefire. While grabbing a town center, or nah, nothing else. No, that's it. Just ceasefire it, or just run. But the problem is you lose units while these guys are chasing because of the snare. Every time you're attacked, you lose speed in melee, at least. Hey, it's Peltast. I love Peltast. They're so good in Retold. Oh my god, I'm crazy over them. So many Scylla. And Kimo is just... You're down heads. These things do bonus damage against Biff units. You can't do this. You can't make Scylla against Scylla if the guys are... or if these girls already have the heads. You just get annihilated. Look at what happened to that dock. It's just gone. Oh my god. More heads for the Scyllas. Holy crap. They're a menace. Kvoth is destroying Kimo. He's eating him up. No second town center for anybody. I think this might devolve itself into one of those mythic jump games where suddenly you just have what's it called, earthquake, and the other guy's deleted. It's over at that point. But Kimo is doing great with the fight. Heroes once again tanking a little bit of the Hippospis attacks, and meanwhile the Toxotes have cleaned up, so Kvoth is forced to retreat into his fortress area. That should help a lot against these Toxotes. But yeah, single Peltast, not so effective. You kind of need a group of them. So I think it's time to pull back, use the town center for cover, and garrison your units, your fresh units into the buildings, and then eject them much later. To then join the fight. Alright, this is not too bad, like sacrificing 3 or 4 villagers, but Kimo is starting to build up his own economy after all this. Despite having lost the entirety of the sea, on land he's doing alright. Having raided and picked up so many villagers over time. So for Kvoth, it's a bit of a battle for survival. Can he actually make something happen? He's down in population now. All those fishing ships kind of not able to bring him back into this if he can't dispatch off his army. So just keeps the docks out of the game. Now this infantry is gonna do bonus damage against the fortress, so you gotta be really careful not to lose this. Will there be more units for Kvoth or not? He's making so many peltas, but there's gonna be suddenly Minotaurs from Kimo. The last thing you'd expect. Yet it's happening. Ceasefire is a wise choice, I would say. I agree with it. This is great. You know, if Kvoth can even squeeze in something like, I don't know, heavy archers, even better. A Nemean lion. Oh, that's such a huge play, actually. I love that. But it needs to get here soon. 10 seconds left. I think it might be late. The villagers need to hide. There's just too much pickoff potential here with that Minotaur knocking him away. The archers are also in a little bit of trouble. They're having to run away from the infantry. Oh, that's a great stun from the Nemean lion, actually. But meanwhile, the infantry has been on top of the archers for a long time together with the Minotaur, and that thing is so tanky. I'm not sure that Kvoth can actually hold this position right now. With more and more stuff coming in for Kimo, there's a Congo line of units coming across the map. And the villager numbers are just not adding up. The population rift has grown since we last have talked about it. And this is just really rough for Kvoth. I think he needed to leave here. I think he needed to leave. He still had some gold back home. Why fight for this place? Maybe he can hold on. I mean, a lot of units here are going down. And, you know, the heroes are cleaning up the Minotaurs. Maybe there's potential here, but I think Kvoth is in so much trouble right now. 56 villagers for Kimo. The fishing no longer plays a factor here. It's about equal, but there's no gold for a Poseidon player. Cannot make units. Where to from here? The Peltas can't fight Hippospis, they lose. Hippospis have much higher base attack. And much more health, most importantly. Kvoth is trying to hold on to dear life, but I think he has to transfer some stuff. Get it from that main base gold mine or something. Oh man, these villagers just aren't really all attacking. Just running around. Both of the heroes are out. Maybe there's a little bit of hope, but look at that army! Oh my god, there's 4 Minotaurs here. I think Kimo should consider bull Minotaurs at this point. Just get the Labyrinth of Minos upgrade. He's trying the Scylla thing again. I don't think that's gonna work, but at least he's gonna have something to harass the fishing ships. That's the one thing that's right now keeping Kvoth alive. He's also pumping his wood into centaurs. I like it. Centaurs can kite this all day. That's a good idea. But hey, the Minotaur's now in the wood line. I'm not sure Kvoth is looking. He's also getting hit on the other side. The Centaurs are trying to hold the location. The 2 heroes also tanking as much as they can. The villagers still getting absolutely bullied by the Minos. This is not good. Down to 40 villagers now. Kimo's advantage is growing over time, not shrinking. And he's got 2 town centers now. Yeah, I think Kimo's gonna run away with this game, ladies and gentlemen. This is almost impossible to come back from such a big discrepancy. Kimo's easily able to outpump Kvoth. But for now, he's not. He's like producing less than Kvoth somehow and pumping on the sea instead. Which could work or could terribly backfire. He's grabbing TCs instead. With that many centaurs, I'd be worried. That's actually scary. Especially once Atalanta pops out, especially once all these other hoplites are made. Okay, this is actually looking really solid for Kvoth. He might have a comeback. He's got 163 population, ladies and gentlemen, because he's using all his resource types. but I'm not sure that raid was particularly effective. Kimo's gaining villagers faster than he's losing them, and I think he should be easily able to slap down a fortress somewhere now, and then build up to the Mythic Age with Hera, get a huge lightning storm in. Oh, that's a good set of villager pickup still. Not bad at all. Okay, that one didn't actually die. Dude, don't run into the army. The units clump up a little, take a bit of a beating from the arrow volley. Oh, the villagers are gonna lock in the centaurs. Holy crap. The heroes are gonna annihilate them. What a disaster for Kvoth. Why would you do this? Oh no. He's run through the heroes. That was such an unfortunate path for him to take. The mass Palatas is actually getting some work done against the infantry. They're high enough in numbers that it actually works. I don't think you can stop this fortress, but a bunch of villagers can be picked off here for sure. Kimo's saving as much as he can, but a bunch of villagers still following Kvoth ought to pick them off, if possible. Now, Mythic Age will be available for Kimo, but he just spent all his resources, and actually the guys are on equal footing. But what Kvoth really needs is to get Mythic then. And even then, I'm not sure what he does with it. Right now, the population difference in villagers is still very scary. Kimo is just running away with this economy. One more pickup for the Scylla, great. Artemis is coming in, but what are you gonna do? Earthquake one town center, and then the other two still work? I don't think that's the way. Both players are gonna have patrol loss, so the fortresses can fight each other. By the way, Petrobolas are amazing against other Petrobolas, or, well, siege against siege in general is really strong in Retold. And that's something to look out for. Anytime now. There we go. Okay. Finally shooting at that fortress. Would ideally need more than one patrol blast so that you can... You know, once you have 3 or 4 patrol blasts, you can just instantly snipe individual patrol blasts off the other guys, so... that's where that comes in. In the old game, they barely tickled. A single villager kill there for the other fortress. Not a big deal. But Artemis will be in. And then Sot Amphora as well will be boosting Kvoth's economy quite a bit. He's finally getting a second settlement. It's very important there. As I was saying, the patrol blast versus patrol blast is just brutality. But Kvoth baited it, and this one will be picked off very easily. Alright, Artemis is in. Let's see what they can get done. With the Chimera, with the Earthquake, a lot of potential play options available. Where are those guys going? You're scouting with villagers? Dude, that's expensive. Yo, oh man. Our boy already doesn't have a lot of villagers, and he's throwing away some for an earthquake. This gets rebuilt in seconds. Kimo has almost got the resources for it too. I'm not sure it actually gets destroyed. Like, the house is sure. TC as well. Oh my god, this is a great earthquake. Holy crap. The tower is going down. The buildings are severely hampered. I think Kimo will not be able to make units for a very long time. He's stuck on 50 population, 60 now. Second Chimera is out, and the roast is in. The Minotaurs are now steak. Well done. It's a steak joke. Anyway, those Chimera are burning the Palatas. Oh my god, the Palatas have no tools against this. Another Chimera fire stream coming in, and every single archer is getting annihilated. Kimo is desperately trying to rebuild, But can he actually get it done? Even with a great lightning storm, I'm not sure he has the momentum to bring this back. That was absolutely savage from Kvoth, and he's just moving on to the next place to get the villagers now. Oh, that's actually kind of a miss, but anyways, he's pushing him off the wood. It's okay, it's good enough. Pushing for the third town center, of course. Yeah, I think Kvoth can absorb the lightning storm soon. He's rich enough soon, is what I'm trying to say. It's a lot of Peltasts, however. Definitely need more Chimeras for this. Maybe a Helipolis wouldn't be too bad. Peltast wouldn't do anything to that, that's for sure. Still not a single Helipolis. Great micro for Peltas versus Peltas there, but now these guys are having to pull away from the Hippospis. The Hippospis are just really tanky, so this is not something the Peltas want to fight. Really funny encounter, that one, but yeah, Peltas only against archers, please. And under the guard of the fortress, of course, these guys are not going to be able to last for a long amount of time at all. Once the Peltas clump up again, it's time to go in again with the Chimera. Kimo still trying to pump Scylla. What is going on? Just get heroic fleet and make triremes, my man. Oh no. He's spending so many resources, all his favor on this. Chimera Fire is in once more, hurting those Peltas a little bit. Kimo's just sitting in it. Ouch. That had to hurt. Holy crap, he's taking the 4th TC. Before Kimo. He's closing the door on his face, but yeah, neither player can now take this. The villagers are just like, eh. You can't have it. There's Petrobulos pushes now as well. This is a really good Peltas army from Kimo, though, I have to admit. 190 population from the man. Kvoth is gonna have to come up with something better. It's all Peltas, baby. I would actually like to see a bunch of Hippicons at this point. Or Hippeos. Why don't we have Hippeos in this fight? That would be great. The Zeus infantry getting on top of the fortress is of course brutal. Fortress fire, picking off as many Peltas as they can. The other fortress can't shoot, it's just out of range. But it looks like the Zeus infantry will be picked off in the end. And the fortress stays up. And this is where Helipolis comes in. Those are great units. TC should be built fairly quickly unless this Petrobulos has something to say about it. And there's a bunch of infantry still around, so I don't think it can deny this. Doesn't have enough time anyway. But delivered quite a bit of damage, it's not too bad. Kvoth is pumping a lot of hoplites out. Unfortunately, they're just going into the meat grinder of Hippospis. Scylla on Scylla action once again. Oh, they're just going past each other. The Karkinos is also here. That's funny. Anyway, Kvoth now has more fortresses, and you know, if he makes a 3rd fortress here, that could be kind of brutal. Can he hold this one? The repair is coming in. Is it enough? Ooh, the infantry is getting thinned out slowly but surely. It might be enough actually with all these extra guys not getting to touch the fortress. Okay, Kimo is committing heavily, but the repair is still so good. Trying to shoot down the villagers now. That will reduce the repair rate coming in, and the fortress will be destroyed, but it's Poseidon. So that's a heavy commitment from Kimo. Oh my god, all the Peltas are dead. What happened to Kvoth? This game is far from over, ladies and gentlemen. The villagers are getting caught by the Minotaur. This fortress is destroyed. Whereas the other one is sticking to the ground for now. Petrobolas will, however, finish it, but now 8 militia will be joining the fight, and I don't think those Peltas can hold this. This is gonna be still a super good push from Kvoth, even though he's getting a little bit bullied on the other side. It's more or less fine. Kimo's trying to get fortified town center, but this TC is already heavily damaged. If a Petrobolas came out, or a Helipolis, I really want Helipolis, by the way, that would be great. Why isn't Kvoth fighting this? He's got the army lead. I'm sure Kimo's pumping hard, but still. This is going after the villagers. By the way, as far as the upgrades go, we only have copper shields on this army. Maybe that's part of the problem. What about Kimo's? Oh yeah, he's got bronze weapons and shields and copper armor and ballistics. That's great. Even got Dionysia. Oh, there's the Petrobolas. That's going after the TC now. Kimo going with the counterattack, trying to find the gold miners. There's more gold mines, however, where Kvoth came from. He's currently aggressively scooping up this one. The villager count is okay. Kimo might be actually too heavy on villagers. Kind of a target at this point. And the Artemis poison is in from Shafts of Plague. Man, Kvoth really needs some armory upgrades, holy crap. If Kimo makes it to Mythic and does a lightning storm, this could be still devastating, especially on this forward location with all the gold miners. But I think it's time for Kvoth to potentially take the TC, but then we're looking at a base trade. Because Kimo is absolutely taking this location over right now. Kvoth is going to try to make some more fishing ships. And it's a base trade. Champion Archers is in. Half of these guys aren't even fighting. And let me tell you, the Hippospis will shred the hoplites. So after that, they get on top of the Peltas and they'll be winning that. Why are you making so many Hippospis to? I don't understand. I guess it kind of works against hoplite Peltas. That's funny. Yeah, Kimo did wipe out everything on this side and now is taking the TC, but Kvoth was just a little bit faster on his own side. Trouble is, the resources are looking so much better for Kimo right now. He's working his way towards that mythic age. He's high population. He's got a villager lead as well. Maybe not a big one because of the fishing ships, but it's still something. Nobody has a trait with a dumpster fire like that, but Terra is coming in. Oh boy. Those gold miners are not going to be safe, let me tell you. Treasure will be picked off. But as long as Kimo can hold this, he brings his army across, gets some Helipolis out in the Mythic Age, as well as just Lightning Storms his position with all the villagers. What's Kvoth gonna do about it? Like, I just don't see him persevering through that. And Kimo already has all the upgrades, so his army is not gonna be easily dislodged once it's just standing here at full pop. Still no armory upgrades to speak of at 33 minutes for Kvoth. This could cost him the game. And this is just game 2, by the way. We got a best of 5 going here. Hell of a match for sure between these two. Hydra goes down at 2 heads. And we've got Polyphemus coming out also. Now that would have been helpful earlier. Oh, look at this guy just bonking people away. Okay, that's a game changer actually. Against this Hippospis bullshit. But Lightning Storm's gonna hurt, I'm sure. You can run away from Lightning Storm though. You get out of range, you're fine. Just gotta be careful with that. If Kvoth pushes Kimo to the brink here in the main base, that could do the trick. Such a good bonky boy. There's a Lightning Storm. Run the villagers, man. Run! Huh? Okay, it's finally starting. I was like wondering where... Kvoth is just gonna eat it! Oh my god! He's down to 129 population. What now? That's a disaster, man. And he's still not getting the armor. He's getting everything but. He's getting everything but. That's Kimo. Sorry, that's Kimo. Kvoth is just pumping units. He's not getting upgrades. Kimo is getting the upgrades. Champion Infantry, Monstrous Rage, a Labyrinth of Minos. He wants Super Minotaurs up front. No Super Medusa, sadly. I would have loved that. Wait, what gives her all these hit points? Oh, Dionysia, of course. Those Medusa are really tanky. If you can get a lot of them done, then great. Not so easy to keep them alive against Atalanta, though. I recommend them in the Norse Mirror. Make a lot of them in the late game if you can't push. You get Temple of Healing and stuff like that. Build a lot. It's my favorite thing to do. They just never die. Norse can't kill him. Anyway, this matchup is a whole lot more about somebody needing to make some cavalry. Get those peltas out of the game. Because this is not a healthy place to be in for either side. This is not the kind of armies you want to make at this point in the game. You want to get more myth units, you want to get more serious siege weapons. I like Helipolis. Of course, myth units like the Chimera. That's great. It's a basic Chimera, by the way. Hippolyta should be ending this Minotaur. And then it's just a matter of doing something about those peltas. Minotaurs are so fast at 6.1 speed, my goodness. Patrol Boss has been chipping away at this fortress now. But Kimo is just happily farming here in the front location. He's now getting face off the Gorgon. He can't decide what myth unit to make, but it doesn't matter because it's all peltas. It's always has been. And Kvoth just didn't have that whole thing clicking where Poseidon makes cavalry. I don't know. It would have been so helpful, but neither player ended up trading too much. Kimo ended up at the end with a good trade though. This is actually a respectable amount of stuff. Can we see how much they were gathering? Only 32 per trip. That's garbage. My god. Wow, some of them even less. Well, really nice comeback, and we've got ourselves a series. 1-1 is now the current score. Excuse me, misclick. The ore resource collection has been heavily in favor of Kimo. I was yapping about this the whole time, that he just got a much better economy throughout. And then having the armory upgrades just resulted in this kill-death difference. Wish we could see that during the game, but oh well. It was obvious enough, I guess. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. And in the blue color, this is Kimo playing as Gaia. His opponent on the other side, Kvoth, playing as Oranos. That's a red color. It's crazy. Alright, the oracles are going to be looking for the pick-me-ups, getting a bunch of goats home. This matchup is a lot about economy versus the snowball effect. So Gaia gets the numbers. There's no doubt about that. You get these early upgrades. It's absolutely devastating how powerful the economy can get. But Oranos does have Shockwave. You can win fights with this. Fix the score. Indeed. I need to fix the score. I'm sorry. Oranos has the potential to win fights with the Shockwaves and then win harder because you already won a fight, and winning harder gets exponential. It's really brutal. Once a bunch of units get removed, you just snowball super, super hard as DPS gets reduced from the enemy army. Alright, Giza. Pretty defensive normally when it spawns big cliffs. This time, the cliffs are tiny. They're on the edges of the map. They're useless. So they're not going to impact anything, these two. This one has a slight impact for securing trade in the late game, but we don't care about that in this matchup for a really long time. Task of the Iron Boar is one of the relics for cavalry. Cavalry health. Then we've got Scales of a Ketoblepas, which is for Pierce armor for Myth units. Then we've got the Ship of Fingernails as well for free food per overtime, and the Ankofra for free favor overtime. Yeah, Oranos' speed bonus also only impacting yeah, you actually have to research a tech for it for first things, and even then it will only impact your infantry. It's a big downgrade compared to what the old Oranos was, where all your human units just got impacted, and heroes as well. Well, Oceanus versus Prometheus is gonna be the name of the game. Prometheans can be a really solid core of the army as well, so it makes it very difficult for the Gaia player to fend that off, because you'll have to convert this extra economy that you've got into heroes. That's expensive. So basically your extra economy is gone if Kvoth makes a lot of Prometheans, and they get really chunky. Then you get the upgrade for the Prometheans alluvial clay, and they'll be spawning 3 little guys at the end rather than just 2. When upon death, that is. So it's gonna be a military barracks. Is that a sky passage? Yes, it is. I wish this production bar also covered buildings, not just units. That would be helpful here. Now the relic getting picked up gets the Scales of a Ketoblepas. Now that's gonna be quite helpful for these Myth units fighting off against Hero Terma and whatnot. It's a mixed composition overall. As for our Gaia player, it's just a second town center, man. It's no units. So Oranos has open hunting season, to be honest, especially with several Prometheans knocking down his temple. That could be a big play. You can steal the relic as well later for Task of the Iron Boar. That's for cavalry. So you can definitely get a lot done there. Both of these gods have access to Theia. And we've got the boys and the girls teleporting up here to do the hunting business. Kimo not really pumping too hard. Or, sorry, Kvoth not really pumping too hard. Kimo just chilling. Is this gonna be a peaceful game as well? Don't you dare. The Atlantean mirror needs to be violent and bloody. No more peaceful games. No more ceasefires. Let there be blood. I want death and destruction in my video game. Thank you. I'm sure Kvoth can deliver, right? I'm hopeful. Yeah, that looks like something. Something to whack a temple with. Something to steal a relic with. I love relic stealing too. It's fun. Hey, the Caladria has been taken down. First blood. Here we go. Do you guys think these Prometheans will take down the TC? Oh my god. I think he's just gonna bonk it. With alluvial clay, like I said, there's gonna be 3 little guys. And these Promethean offspring still do a little bit of crush damage, so... Not easy for the TC to stay alive, but it is regenerating on the Lush. Which it itself generates. And Kvoth has more than enough Terma to pick off the others. But there's Shockwave to think about. So do think about it. Kvoth. How are you? You're not supposed to lose to this. Come on. Man. He just lost all his Terma. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, I was about to say, like, come on. If that had happened at the start, this would be a very different kind of game. You'd have 4 more extra Terma and still win the fight. Okay. Sky Passage appears to be loaded, but there's nothing in it. I'm confused. Doesn't look like Murmillo have been upgraded yet with anything. But Serrated Swords is coming in actually for Kimo. These are just normal speed Murmillo for now, so... No Empyrean tech just yet. That's all off Prometheans, ladies and gentlemen. That's 8 of them already. And Kvoth is still floating enough to make more. It's so many Prometheans! And Kvoth has a huge advantage militarily, but the economy is starting to bite him. Kvoth's pump is getting more and more significant over time. It's no longer the case that he's spending everything on this town center's production. The Murmillo and the Terma are now on top of the Terma. And Kvoth actually has to hide a little bit back in the base. He's having to use Carnivora as well on the defense. Wow, that hero Murmillo was getting ganged up on. Maybe the Oracle can be used to help defend a little bit at least. Like, take out the little guys. But don't punch him. Punch the TC. It's negative damage getting done here. Multiplier-wise at least. The Murmillo is gonna be brought in. There's enough Mythonians here to beat them up, but just barely. Kimo's getting a ton of heroes. Can this actually work out? The 15 favor Shockwave is gonna be ready to go momentarily for Kvoth. He could have maybe decided to fight this if the Terma were here, but he's running away. I don't like it. You really need to put on the pressure, because if you don't, you're down to TC as Kvoth right now. It's not acceptable any longer. 66 civilian population to 50. This next attack must get the job done. There's no playing around this anymore. I guess the Gold Star play is available, but this is the Gold Star location. And as you can tell, Kvoth is walling it off with the SimCity. That's not easy to break through, not like a wall. Ooh, that's a great shockwave though. The Terma need to target the Terma, otherwise nothing's gonna get done. Murmillo can do this all day long. Mostly. Prometheans are getting on top of the villagers. So it's starting to look pretty good. Nice. That Oracle, and now I think Kvoth absolutely has overwhelming numbers. There's no excuse not to attack this DC. Kimo is in a world of hurt. He's trying to use his Terma on a counter-offensive. I don't think that's gonna happen, buddy. This is where the trouble is. But Kvoth is still fighting the Terma. Man. He's getting so overwhelmed. Kimo is. This is nasty, nasty business. But if Kimo can hold one last time and get this army out of here, he's gonna be in a huge advantage. Oh my god. Okay, the gold miners are about to be discovered. And if these additional units chase them, it could be a disaster. Carnivora once again for the win. Holding the ground. Oh my god. He just sent Kvoth back where he came from. But there's this whole thing happening. The villagers are now kitchen knifing what little units Kvoth has brought in. But there's so much more coming. Oh my goodness. And you can immediately see Kimo Congo lining to that location. And that will allow Kvoth to just go after the town center, which is, by the way, very well protected with additional buildings. But guess what? A little bit of bonus damage from the Prometheans coming in. Myth unit to Myth unit action. And now the TC gets taken down and the villagers were forced off the gold mine and some of them are dead. So he's finally starting to equalize that civilian count and will be able to knock TC down as well without too much issue, I think. 500 health and dropping. That Terma took forever to turn into a hero. Kvoth. Dude. No. 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 He saved the TC. What the hell am I watching? Oh my god. Okay. It's a really good raid here though. It still counts. This is good. Kimo is getting significantly reduced access to the economy. The villagers having to fight instead of gathering. They're moving around, they're repairing, they're not doing all the things they need to be doing. And there's still a good amount of Prometheans here. Might be possible to get something done, but there is this gold mine. This is where... Oh, actually, Kvoth is perfectly aware that this is where the gold mining is happening. Not too many pickoffs happening on this side. But guess what? Hyperion is gonna be done for Kvoth. Oh my god, he can use that on the Terma. They'll kill each other. Terma on Terma bonus damage is insane. There were some deaths. There's some really low health Terma now. But ultimately what Kvoth needs to do is kite this. He can't fight the Murmillo directly. There's too many Terma backup. However, he's gonna get a forward town center. He's gonna be able to get his Quintarius out now as well. Hopefully. Well, maybe not looking at it, actually. There's none in the production. Oh, great pickoffs against the Murmillo. They definitely did overextend without support this time. It's a huge army of Mongol cavalry is what this is now. Guys, remember early Age of Empires 4? That's how it looked for a while. Terma are not supposed to be around for this long. You're supposed to replace them definitely with Quintarius and stuff like that. And you know, when Kimo started walling off like this, that really stopped the inflow of units. He's able to hold these choke points very, very nicely. He's chomping on that gold mine. That's good too. And finally he's getting Feya. So once he gets his Quintarius for cheap, that's gonna be a really good tool against all these Terma. But he doesn't have a third TC, and his third town center is in a horrible position. I mean, that's not his third town center, that's Kvoth's, but Kvoth also took Kimo's, so, you know. Doing a really good job with map control. And you know what? These Murmillos are soaking the damage while the Terma hit Terma. Kimo's micro has just been better. Whereas Kvoth just damages buildings and then kinda needs the god powers to do the job. Progress is being made, however, 206 population versus 148. Slowly but surely, Kvoth is getting more and more ahead. That's a lot of Terma heroes. My god. The Valiant Bird is just absolutely getting owned. Mostly because of the Satyr, but also there was a Valor and Terma hero. He was still desperately trying to hold on. I would like to see Quintarius, honestly. Just, even if it's basic Quintarius, they will be better against this than more Terma. Getting a lot of pickoffs done, actually, and Kvoth's army has evaporated for the most part. This is not a big population differential anymore at all. Very doable looking. Nice. Now the villagers are back on gold as well. Suddenly the income is looking like something. And he can get out a few Quintarius. Ideally he would have Poseidon's Secret, which he doesn't at the moment. But hey, his army can heal up. That's not bad. Kvoth is going for the 4th town center. And you know, Oranos doesn't have Implode. Gaia does. So in this later stage of the game, I actually like Gaia. So many Quintarius being made. Oh my god. Double pumped Dryad. Who needs the favor anyway? There's not much favor here. There's only 2 oracles gathering. Ideally, you would make that a larger number, like we are seeing with Kvoth. Now, if we swap to him, yeah, he has 6 all over the map, which also means he has great vision. Take a look at this. He can see almost everything. If he had 1 more here, that's actually what we call full map control. Kimo's completely boxed in, so his next fights need to be miracle makers. You can find a bunch of villagers here. They're running for the Sky Passage, and I think they'll get there too. It's looking good. Terma once again destroying each other, while the huge amount of Kvoth Terma just hold off the tide. He really needs some front line there, doesn't he? His Dryads are owning him. It's just... Kimo doesn't have the numbers, man. Maybe once the Quintarius come about. Ooh, ooh, he doesn't know. He doesn't have the line of sight that Kvoth does. So many Quintarius joining the fight now. But they're crashing right into the catapulties. That's rough. The tournament continue being valuable, actually. That's crazy. Surely not against that many Quintarius. There's no way. There's no way you can hold this with Terma. Oh my god, Kimo might actually bring us back. But the infantry is so well positioned. They never fight the Dryads, they always fight the cavalry, and they're melting down. This is a face-mounting army here for sure. Kvoth maintains his population lead, 200 almost for a second there. Oh wait, they're equalizing now. They're kind of equalizing. Heavy infantry will be needed to hold on here. Oh, he's getting 45%. Okay, look, if Kvoth can max out at 245 pop, or is it 250? 260, sorry. At 260, if he can max this out, there's no way that Kimo can stop it. At that point, the game becomes so snowbally, you will barely have to remake units after the fight, as Kvoth. So I think he's playing really well. The Kutarius are gonna hit him in multiple locations, yes, but there's only 2 villagers here. He can use the Sky Passage to get out of here. There's plenty of infantry to cover his butt here. The front is looking good to me. There's no Dryads for our boy, but doesn't need them right now. Getting the heavy infantry done is definitely a big play. And look how much better they perform immediately. That's great. We also got the Arcus heroes now adding in to take on the Dryads. And that's doing some pretty good work as well. Population counts remain similar-ish, at least for now. And Kimo also starting to add in some archers. The infantry is no longer quite as good. But Kvoth does stay ahead in the population count by a large margin. He seems to be staying so. Not much of a muchness happening down there. I mean, like I said, Kvoth just got on the other gold mines and he's fine. He's fine where he is. Really like the small slice of Terma getting picked up here to go after the Arcus. They did a great job with that. You no longer really want to be making them at this point. So the swap to Arcus is good by Kvoth. He will pick off all the infantry that comes across. He will be able to win the Archer Wars because he has more of them. Look at that massive production queue, my god. And one more Chaos comes down, and I might want to say that this is the last one. What's about to happen to these villagers is... well, close your eyes, I think, chat. This is gonna be rough. Kvoth is climbing in population, not dropping. He's now 215 population against 120. As I was saying, the snowball effect. Once the enemy army doesn't do damage to you, you're annihilating the few leftover units in seconds while making more than the other guy can kill. Kvoth putting in a clinic in this late heroic age. Very, very nicely done there. Funny we never got to Mythic, but I think that was super fun. And you know, certainly Kvoth had opportunities earlier to destroy the town center. Kimo just got a massive kill death advantage. What you're just gonna do is you leave those Prometheans alone. You let them do the work on the TC, and you use the Terma to pick off units. You never shoot the building with Terma, that doesn't work. But yeah, Kvoth was ahead by enough that he could just do whatever he wanted after that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Marsh. This game is now the 4th in this series and may or may not decided its match point. In the blue color, we have got Kimo playing as Freyr. And on the other side, playing as Isis, we've got Kvoth. Now, this is a rather good map for Isis, I would say. Just looking at the gold mines, it's not always the case that they're gonna be this generous, right? You got a back 6k gold mine, a close to TC, shielded by water, 6k gold mine. That's 12k gold plus the 3k start. Oh my god, there's 15k gold in a safe spot. And there's this one, which is also kind of safe. I mean, sure, you can transport ship across and bully that, but I mean, come on. I am pretty sure this is going to be a fantastic defensive 2TC game for Kvoth. Whereas for Kimo, you have to get into the late game anyhow with Freyr to really get anything done. I don't think you should be aggressive here. You just do your own boomy thing and it should work out quite nicely, I would say. That's the mission here, in my view. Already having 3 Ox Guards will allow you to get multiple upgrades at the same time, but I'm not sure that's what we will see. What's special about this map is that there's 6 relics in the middle. So there's Eye of Horus for town center population increases. We've got this one, Arrows of the Alpha, for extra building damage. Then here it's Tirfing, Agantir Sword. That's Lifesteal for heroes. Ooh, that would be really good for priests, actually. We've got the Ankh of Ra, which is free favor over time. And then we've got Hermes' Winged Sandals for hero speed. That's a lot of hero stuff today. We've got Blue Crystal Shard as well for wood and gold gather rates. All of these are worth picking up. I think they should pick them up. Alright, upgrades are coming in. They're dirt cheap, remember, with Freyr, so you might as well get them in these early ages. They'll delay your uptime a little bit, but I mean, they'll pay off soon enough. Zocdoc is having a spasm, but I clicked it, so that fixes it, right? It was me. The priests are out and about. Kvoth is paying attention. Great. I love it when people love the relics. It's a very defensive walling with the houses that we've got going on here. He really does not want this temple to be attacked. Oh my god. We've got a second monument coming in also. And Anubis is going to be the next god. And actually Kvoth is opting for a frontal hunting position, leaving this for later. This is smart. And guys, I'm still pretty certain that he's gonna turn around at some point, take this pharaoh and some of the villas to build this up, and then with Anubis you use your 2 Anubites or whatever. You don't really need more than that. 2 is fine to run around, muck about, get these villagers off the wood, force the heroes to chase those around while you actually safely boom in the back and get to the heroic age. If you're really good at micro and if you keep healing them up between the raids, then I think that can really be highly potent. Plus you got snacks. The snacks will help protect your town center operations or whatever. Right over here, put a wall here, and that's all you need really. I'm gonna have an Asgardian hill fort called in, which, you know, as soon as the Hersier returns, which, where is the Hersier actually? It's going places. Picking relics. That's good. So the hero lifesteal is gonna actually go to a Norse player, which is also kind of nice. Although you'll have fewer of them as Freyr, you might have some in the later game, especially once you have, let's say, you don't necessarily need to wait for the special mythic age upgrades, but at least Godi, I think, will benefit from this quite a lot. And it's clear enough to me that Kimo is looking for a second town center here, but is this the town center you want to be grabbing? Should it be a front one? Kvoth can see that, so maybe not. We grabs the front TC? Dude, what? Are we going 3 town centers as Egypt here? Hold up. It's possible. There's plenty of gold miners still. There's 10 gold miners, so by the time these guys are done, could get a third TC, huh? But that's risky. That's risky, because then Norse just goes heroic and stomps you with the stone giants, the rock giants, sorry. Probably too risky. But then again, the Anubites are going to town. That's 3 dead villagers. With a faster second test, this is great. Oh my god, 4. It's not gonna be 5, but damn well near was. Maybe with the jump in. Probably don't want to jump in on this. There's too many herds here. Hillfort is gonna complete. So, priests and axemen have to leave. Speaking of priests and axemen, that's a really good mix to fight this kind of Norse army with that we're seeing. Oi. What's going on around here then? Uh-oh. Don't tell me. No! They jumped into the forest and they're stuck between the stump and the forest! Can they get out? Okay. Oh my god, that was stressful. They have to go home to heal. That could have been really bad. But they're fine for now. Alright. Good talk. A market? Where? Here. Why? I guess you could buy a little food and just jump pages. But yeah, I think this game is really gonna kick in at 3 town centers. And the Egyptian player enjoying 2 TC for so long, and then going heroic and then also getting a 3rd TC in the transition time should be pretty good. And then you do prosperity with Midgard being out as well, or you just spam barracks units even more. Like the axemen already are more than capable of handling whatever this is. Not much. Servants of Glory. A little bit of extra speed wouldn't hurt these guys, I guess. Especially when chasing Anubites. That's not the easiest thing to do. And these are Guardian Anubites, right? So they're pretty healthy as well. Considering that they're an early game unit. For harassment only. I guess they add a little bit of a punch to the army though. Jogger's gonna get a shot up, but these guys are full health. They don't care. Yeah, it's nothing. You need like so many Jogger to do anything. That was a great jump. Now the Axemen are gonna just absolutely destroy that hearse here. I think for Kvoth, once you have this much... Oh, is he gonna go fast mythic? Oh my god. He's stockpiling. He's not getting a 3rd TC. He might just go for the fast meteor. Oh my god. You click prosperity. You sell a little bit of gold and you're mythic, basically. That's insane. And meanwhile, he's raiding. Kimo doesn't have a super secure gold mine. He has this. I think our Norse boy is in trouble. Okay, we're gonna have a Midgard. If the next units that get made are chariots, it should be actually easy enough to still jump mythic. Because the gold income is sick right now, right? Shaft mine is about to finish, and then you combine that with prosperity. Yeah, there it is. I really like this monument. It will deny at least the perfect Tempest, but ideally you have to empower that after the prosperity is done. I don't think Kimo will come forward to Tempest on this. He would get annihilated by the army, but I'm sure he's thinking about it. He must be tempted. It's just not... It's not time yet. Mythic Age is coming in. It's a jump to Tot. And Kvoth says he doesn't need no safe gold mines. He goes forward, he takes the map, he gets the X-Men out. Heavy infantry and the rock giant upgrade Granite Maw is coming in. This Kimo is a little bit behind in everything. The only thing he has now is the rock giant, but I think Kvoth just gets a handful more units and he should be fine. I like the snacks here. Should probably back off before that happens and he's completely stuck. Forced to fight this army while half of it retreats. Okay, that's not great for Kvoth. But he should be more than capable of holding here. As long as he just gets to the other side of the Midgard. This is the end of the radius of the Tempest. Ancestors is getting called in. There's gonna be plenty of defense here. And Todd is nearly done. So as long as some line of sight can be obtained off the main base, Meteor is gonna blast it to smithereens. It's gonna be real ugly. That's a lot of priests coming in as well. 8 of them now. Should be able to deal with the rock giants just fine. With the divine damage, these are not too threatening anymore. Not once you have that many priests. That Nepti. Yes, so that's a little bit of extra bonus damage against Myth units. It's not too much, like there's only 5x, so adding another 1x is not that big of an upgrade anymore. The original game had a very big change there. And I think Kimo should know that this is a meteor. Kimo. Oh my god, he's gonna allow it to happen. The meteor is gonna hit both the army and the villagers, holy crap! So many dead off the bat. Now the buildings are next. The TC is gonna be dead. That's another one hitting the army. What the heck? The TC is gone. The villagers are dead. And Kvoth free once Kimo. Even though he's down in terms of what his seed was, he is actually so solid that Kimo just can't stop him in any way. All the metrics go in favor of Kvoth in this game. Absolutely insane. Wow. Definitely proud of Kvoth here. Just beautiful play. 21 villager kills with that meteor at the end. Plus the Anubites, of course. 13-minute Mythic Age. Impressive. GG. We want to thank our MetaPlace website subscribers. Your contribution helps us keep the project sustainable. As we reach higher subscription goals, you are helping us cover more and more behind-the-scenes costs, such as video editing. Check out our subscription page using the link in the description, and remember to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.